Let's Play Star Stable. I have not been on SSO in quite a while because I have been busy with work and school. So I am going to try and catch up with all of the quests that I have to do. Fun. I'm doing the side quests first because I really want to concentrate on the main quest. Hello, Liana. It's great to see you back at the lakefront. Are you interested in some cross-country racing today? I hope you and Divine are in a jumping mood. Okay, so don't cut across like that. Got it. Interesting. Okay, so this is quite an interesting race. Okay, so I could probably cut around there. Okay, so that was, I actually really do like that race. I love how you can, okay, use the terrain with you. There were some graceful leaps, and that's the quest. Figures. Let's head over Wolf Hall, that's what it is. So you can do this quest. Hello, people. Interesting. Hello, Liana. Wolf One is currently hosting some guests from abroad. I wish I could say that things are going smoothly, but something seems to be bothering them, and they refuse to tell me what. Can you talk to them? As the innkeeper here, I want to ensure their stay is as good as possible, but they aren't telling me what's wrong. Perhaps out of courtesy. Oh, hello, random person. Let me introduce the tourists that are currently staying with us, and you can ask them what's bothering them. A family staying here has been bickering for a while. I've only heard bits and pieces, but it sounds like they're undecided on what to do with their free time. Perhaps I'd appreciate an outsider's perspective. One of our guests is a botanist who's scouting the area as part of her research. She's also looking for a location to hold conferences. As excited as this sounds like a potential for even more guests in the future. I've seen her grumbling and mumbling to herself, primarily when in the cafeteria. I worry something may be wrong with the food we serve. Can you ask her what's wrong? She says everything is fine when I ask, so I think she's holding back her thoughts out of politeness. Hello, dearie. How can I help you? I'm sorry. Are we blabbering too loud? Actually, are you a local? You might be able to help us. We've been driving around Yorick. Hello, Jan. We've been driving around Yorick to look at the different stables to decide which one to send our daughters to next summer. Our stay included a few extra days in case something unplanned happens, so we now have a few nights remaining with nothing planned. Do you have any recommendations for relaxing activities? We could preferably not have to drive after driving so much lately. When in Yorvik, the best thing to do is ride horses, duh. Duh. Your mother is tired of driving to the stables. Please respect that. We should try to find something else to do. But Dad! Oh dear, looks like they're all riled up again. I have to try and calm them down, but let us know if you can think of something for us to do in the area. Before you go, that man over there looks like he wants to talk to you. I heard everything, Ileana. You're not being particularly discreet after all. Let's put her in a thinking cap and solve this situation. Our clientele is looking for something to do in the nearby area. This is sure to repeat itself with guests coming here for conferences and having but a few hours to themselves. What activities can we suggest that takes place in the great outdoors? It's time for my thinking cap. Now where did I put it? Ugh, yawn. Ah, there we go. The ideas are now flowing freely in my mind. Many hotels and inns often have a pamphlet stand with just events and activities. So why don't we? There's a barbecue pit nearby up the hill. Go grab some photos and I'll start writing. I'll have to include directions to the location and where we sell food and picnic baskets. Why are you still here? Go take photos at your phone. Your phone doesn't have a good camera? What antique-looking brick do you own? I thought all the young kids were all about having the latest model and make. Alright, well, you can borrow my camera. Just return it when you're done. You done? Let me take a look at the photos. Yes, this is great, but one spot isn't good enough. People like having choices. You say that locals often know the best spots for everything. Could you go ask Miss Pike, see if she knows any good picnic areas around Greendale? Also, seeing as the road wasn't traversable for some time, while on your way, make sure to keep an eye out for anything that might make it difficult for tourists to find their way through Greendale. Also, take note of things that might help. And while we pass... Oh, hello. I look like something's bothering me and you're wondering if it concerns the end? Well, sorta. Will you hear me out? Mother Nature is wonderful. Greendale Forest nearby is proof of that. But nature can only provide so much if it can be indiscriminately taken from her. I came here to study the local flora. Several wild plants are getting rare in the wild. While GED has certainly worsened the situation, they're not the only ones at fault here. Is there anything we can do to help? I'm brainstorming some ideas, actually. Wolfhole Inn's current menu includes a plant, Urvinium wild thyme, that's in decline in the wild, but it's relatively easy to grow if you know how to care for it. The seeds in the plant should have started to mature at this point, so I was thinking of collecting some to get to the end while also giving them some feedback on how they can be more sustainable. You want to help? That's very kind of you. You can move about so much faster than I am, since you have a horse, so could I ask you to collect some seeds? Here's a reference sheet, so you know what to look for. I heard that they grow in the forest nearby. Perfect. I was heading there anyway. Following the road shines should help this tourist find their destination. That's not the way I wanted to go. This feels like an unmissable entryway to the forest. I don't think I can get through that. Oh, I did not know about this. I'll have to do this too. Okay, so now I just need to finish that. I do know that is a secret quest that I have just kept forgetting to do. So I'll see how much time I have left by the time I finish this, and I might do it. There's a log in the middle of the road, but walking around it should be fine. Greendale has quite a lot of unique characteristics. Lots of squirrels, mushrooms, and flowers that many visitors can enjoy. Hello, what can I do for you? Ed asked to talk to me about the area. Well, we have a barbecue pit here and a nice area right next to our house where you can hold a picnic. We certainly wouldn't mind an increase in foot traffic and company, especially if they also hold an interest in fishing. There's also a nice area in the forest with a grand view if they'd rather have some privacy. Let me show you on the map where these places are so you can guess and get lost. Unfortunately, the map doesn't have the smaller roads on it, but maybe you can draw them in and take photos, let the tourists find their way. Take care now. Okay. These logs block the road, but are also a good and unique signpost for traversing the forest. It's easy to get lost, perhaps fall, so following the roads is the safest bet. It's easy to get lost, or perhaps fall, yeah. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Well, just put walking around, it should be fine. Okay. Yes. Back to whatever it is. Wolf Hall, that's what it's called. Let me take a look to make sure you collected the seeds from the right plant. Yep, that's the right ones. You have an in wild time. Thank you for your hard work. So, I should be ready to test the in and out. I would report to your shed. The guy seems a bit eccentric and intense. I don't know how to best approach him. You know him? And could I ask you for another favor and talk to him to see if he'd be open to the idea of making his business and menu more sustainable? Eliana, I have another great business idea. I had an excellent idea for a tourist activity that would be usually catered to many guests that will fall in. By combining the interest of horses and ecotourism, the inn should cover the biggest interests of those wanting to visit Jorvik. So I made a deal with the people at Goldsboro Farm and asked them to set up a small beginner-friendly race nearby. However, I got some of their equipment in here instead of directly to the person setting everything up. You have something that you wish to talk about for improving the inn? Well, I need to finish the last of my thoughts before taking any more mental tasks. Let you deliver the equipment and try out the race meanwhile. Welcome back. I trust you found some more scenic picnic areas? Got some nice photos? Nice, very nice. These scenic photographs are definitely going to draw in the weary travelers looking for a peaceful picnic or barbecue. Apologies, I couldn't help it over here. Are these areas available to the public? Why, yes, and they all have their unique selling points and what kind of scenery you prefer. Which one would you recommend then? The forest. That sounds wonderful. Thank you so much for the suggestion. I'm glad that it worked out in the end. Thanks to my business sense and your willingness to help, we've accomplished our goal of providing our guests with something to do. With the destination in mind, we now need food to enjoy their outing. Go get a picnic basket from the stand behind the inn. Up the hill. Not the hill to the barbecue pit, and give it to the family. I'll finish the pamphlet so they can find their way. Ah, that's for... Oh, a picnic basket. Thank you. What a great gift. Thank you so much, dear, for going out of your way to find something for us to do. I heard from Ed that you helped him take some photos and write about the surrounding area where guests can go on a picnic. I also saw the parents of the picnic family looked very content as they carried a large picnic basket to the car. Hopefully they set their differences aside and have a lovely evening. So now let's head over here. Thanks for the delivery. If there's something else I can help you with? Here with Wolf and I'm here to try out the race. Nice. It's not easy to do creative work in a vacuum. But having a writer to consult will help. Mr. Field came to me after negotiating a deal with Angus and Evelyn at Goldsboro Farm. I don't know the details, but we hope to get some of the visitors from the inn. I manage the racetracks over at Goldsboro Farm, so I was asked to set up a new race for Wolf Inn since I know the Greendale area so well. That's enough background. You look like you've had no problem completing it, so I'll just time you to add some challenge to it. Jumps are not beginner, but I'm not going to complain. Good job. Not that there's any doubt you could do it. I still need to expand the race bit and replace the obstacles with something that better fits the scenery. Moving a bunch of poles is a lot easier than actual logs, you know. Could really use your help later if you have the time. Thanks for now.
Excellent, you're back in one piece. Let's talk about how we can further attract visitors to the inn. One of the guests had some suggestions on improving my business from a sustainable point of view. I can't make any promises, but I'll hear them out. Send them my way.
I just say to your bag, since she said there was about talking to Ed. Oh, my yawning is bad today. Both of them are frowning. Let's ask what's wrong. Oh, hi, Ileana. I look defeated? Ed told me that he gets all the food from his suppliers. I mean, of course he does. Chefs don't go out to pick things in the wild themselves. I feel so stupid. I'm so sorry for wasting your time collecting the seeds for me. It seemed like a tunnel vision on why I thought of a solution to a problem. Not all is wasted, dear guest. I've now learned about the vulnerable state of the plant and will limit my purchasing of it. Just because it didn't work out the first time doesn't mean the whole idea is wrong. Why not give the seeds and information to Miss Pike? Oh, that's an option. Eliana, could I ask you to ride out to deliver them? True says I'm feeling a bit embarrassed and ought to take some time to think before I rush headfirst into my next problem to solve. A word before you go. I have some thoughts to share before you go. In all honesty, I'm not sure what Miss Pike can do about the endangered plant situation, other than just educating her that the plant is endangered. Much like her name supplies, she's a fisher, not a farmer. I don't think it's fair to assume she'd be willing to grow the plant as part of her business. But it's also unfair to me to assume that what she should do based on her name either, so you best talk to her. After all, my name implies that I'd perhaps be a farmer. I'm not the stellar business owner and entrepreneur I am. Your name would imply that you... never mind. I shouldn't waste more time on idle chatter when I have to continue to think about growing my business. There's a girl over there, the one who's waving. She's been looking in that direction for a while. I suspect she might have something she wants to say to you. Hi again. Do you have the time to try the updated race? I'd really appreciate it if you tried out the rework I made for the race. Do you have a favor to do on the other side of Greendale? No worries. You don't have to do the full race if you don't have the time. The big changes are to the start of it, so just do the parts that are on your way to the destination. Maybe you can do the other half when you return. Ooh, lag. A delivery? Oh dear. I never knew that the Urbanian wild thyme was a vulnerable species. It's always been so abundant in the area even when I was growing up. You often use it to season soups and grilled fish. It would be a shame to not be able to eat those dishes in the future, so of course we'll take heed. Thank you for sharing this information with us. But what are these seeds you're giving to me? It's nice to see the environmental initiative from What Fall In. We're so proud of what we do, and we have to take care of the environment that gives us so much. I don't have any need for the seeds, however. I don't have any flower pots nor the green thumbs to grow plants. It's a miracle that our roses here are both hardy and healthy. Perhaps it's best if you give them back to Mother Nature. Spread them around the forest. I guess if the end really wanted me to have these, I'm sorry, but I really don't have any use for them. If you're worried about making them sad by telling the truth of what happened here, well, sometimes a white lie might be for the best. That's something you'll have to decide. Take some time to decide what to do before heading off. So have you made up your mind? As we're spreading out the seeds, why not ride around in the forest with the seed pouch open? Then when you drop out as you jump to make your way back to the end. Oh hey, you're back. How did it go? Well, don't keep me waiting. Tell him the truth. Oh, I'm sorry it didn't work out in the end with the seeds, but at least she knows that the plant is endangered in the wild. Thank you for telling me how it went. Now I can relax and not feel so guilty about the menu at the cafe. Remember, you should celebrate the small victories too. We made a good team, didn't we? Thanks for hearing me out. I guess what's left for me to do is do what I came for, some rest and relaxation. Looks like the dark clouds over the botanist guess have disappeared. Thank you. Oh, before I forget, Ed told me that the race in the inn is setting up will be available to you for you to ride whenever you want once it's ready. I'm paraphrasing, but it sounded like it was a thanks for your help. Thank you so much for listening and helping out everyone's troubles. I hope that in the future you'll swing by the Wolf Hall Inn again, whether it be for rest or because your next adventure brings you here. And we get a saddle, or a saddle pad. Whoops. And that is going to be it for today's episode. So, thank y'all so much for watching, and am actually going to be recording straight away. So I'm going to be doing the hidden quest over in Greendale, and then I'll go right into the main quest. So thank y'all so much for watching. Bye!